This is the greatest movie ever. There is no movie that is better than this. The Godfather, worse than this movie. Citizen Kane, this movie's much better. This is the greatest movie of all time. And I'm not saying that because I'm Asian. What's up, internet? Welcome to Weirdo Reviews. I'm Jonathan Sim, your favorite movie weirdo, and it is time for a review. The Farewell is a comedy drama written and directed by Lulu Wang, and it is about an Asian American girl who goes to China. Her entire family goes to China in order to visit their dying grandmother, who doesn't know that she has lung cancer and that she is about to die. And they decide to keep it a secret from her in order to keep her happy. Now, I was kidding earlier about, this movie being the greatest movie in the world. It's not, but it has been met with so much acclaim from critics all over, everywhere. Just everyone's been praising it and loving it. And I watched it today and I loved it, okay? I loved it. It's definitely not, one of the greatest movies ever made, but, it is a really, really well-written drama. Maybe part of it is because of my Asian culture and upbringing where, there's always a lot of, little conflicts between, Eastern culture and Western culture. And I think this movie portrayed that very wonderfully, and how, Asian American children, like me, can feel a little bit distant from their Eastern parents. And I really connected with the movie in that sort of way, just because, in the film, they acknowledge how, that this would never happen in America. In America, you would need to tell a person that they have cancer, but, in China, they're not going to tell her so that they can keep her happy. So, it just, how these two different, cultures can come into conflict with each other. And I really love that about this movie. Awkwafina's performance in this movie is really, really good. She is such a good dramatic actor, and I was a little bit surprised to see her take this kind of role because, before I saw her in this, I saw her in Crazy Rich Asians, where she was pretty much the comic relief in that movie. And, she provided a lot of great drama in this movie, because we truly got to feel for her character and the way she feels about the secret that she's keeping from her family. And she really does a good job of showing that conflict to the audience, and just how she feels inside about what she's doing and how wrong she feels like this all is. In fact, everyone in this movie gives a really, really great performance. Everyone is likable. Everyone, you really get to like this family, and how even with with this horrible situation that they're in, they're all just trying to be positive for the grandmother, and that is something that it's perfect. It's a really, really great idea, and it was done really, really well. Now, I wouldn't say this movie's perfect because, I think that this movie can definitely be qualified as, what critics call a slow burn, as in, it's just a drama that's, a little bit slow-paced. It takes its time, and it doesn't take too many narrative embellishments in this movie. This is not a complicated movie at all. In fact, it's one of the most simple movies ever. It doesn't really get any more complex than the narrative and the premise that is presented to us. It's a very simple movie, but, it tells a very emotional story. But I can kind of see how, not everyone's gonna click with this movie the way I did. I don't know if that would just be because of, how I was able to connect to the culture. But, just also because, this movie doesn't have, just a lot of story in it. The story stays in virtually the same place throughout the whole movie. And, not everyone's going to be able to appreciate just, slow drama. I feel like if I hadn't connected with the culture of this movie, I wouldn't have appreciated it as much as I did. But still, on a technical level, this movie is really good. It's written beautifully, and it's directed very, very well by Lulu Wang, and I want to see what she does next in her career. There are some great performances in this movie that I feel were really realistic, and I think that this is a very well-made movie. As for other issues with this movie, I feel like the ending could have been a little bit more emotional. I feel like there could have been a lot more, emotion and sadness and some of the things that happen near the end. And I also feel like the final scene, like the very, very final shot, I don't feel like it was necessary. I feel like it could have been left out and this movie could have been just a little bit better than it was. But overall, there are just little problems I have. But overall, it's a really, really good movie. It's a great movie, actually, that I loved. And it's not just because I'm Asian. Like, I genuinely think that this is a very, very well-made movie. I'm gonna give The Farewell a 9 out of 10. Guys, please check out this movie when you can. Go out and support this little indie movie. It's an A24 movie. They make some great movies. You guys should check this movie out. It's really good, and I feel like we should just try to do our best to support Asian filmmakers and Asian actors, Asian culture, all of that, along with, the fact that this is an original movie. It's not part of a franchise. Just a little indie movie from a person who wanted to tell a story, and I really love that about this movie. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more reviews in the future, please subscribe, and as always, stay weird.
好多了，再来点气儿，再来点气儿。